Good afternoon, collectors and friends. Welcome to Leighton's Loft. Thanks for everyone's patience today. Running a little behind. We got some technical issues.
Yep.
Very busy here in the office, and we're doing what we can.
Well, it's Facebook's technical issues, so that's good. As long as it's not me.
Exactly. What's up, CB, Keegan, James? Appreciate you tuning in. We got a fun show. We're gonna keep things moving because we already lost some time, and I know the gang is got some stuff for me to do when I get off here. And what's up, Nick? We'll get right to it. So it's kind of cool, Lou. We absolutely buy percentage-wise out of the four major sports, as probably most everyone knows, mainly baseball. It's not that we only want baseball. It's just clearly from the time period they made percentage-wise the most of baseball. And I think next they probably made football, then basketball, and then hockey.
Yep.
Little side note, hockey, so I like to share knowledge as I acquire it. I was reading, Bobby sometimes tunes in, Bobby Burrell from our community, and, Bobby's been an avid hockey collector. And also, he's someone who shares his knowledge, and I appreciate that. He writes articles for my friend Rich at Sports Collectors Daily. He's put out his own price guides, Bobby. So I was reading, I guess it was an article he recently put out on Sports Collectors Daily about the 1954 Topps hockey set.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize this, but these cards that were issued in 54 as the first Topps hockey cards, they were never issued in packs in the States.
Really?
They were sold as loose cards and as sets. I believe it's Woody, if I'm getting it right, it's Woody Gelman's family. I just read the article. It's great. But anyway, Lou, Topps basically produced the cards, but they gave them to the O-Pee-Chee company to distribute in Canada. And it's just so interesting. Like if you think about, those times and how far we've come, we almost didn't have 1954 Topps hockey cards. And it really gave me a renewed respect for the issue because I've always known they're tough. But if you called, and I guess this is what I wanted to ask if Bobby was on the show today, if you called 1954 Topps hockey cards, Lou, 1954 O-Pee-Chee, I feel like there's this, belief that O-Pee-Chee's worth more.
Mm-hmm.
So if the cards were produced for O-Pee-Chee, they were distributed only in Canada. I know they're being called Topps cards, but are they really O-Pee-Chee cards?
Right.
Should they be worth more? I don't know. I just thought it was very interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. And hockey has a very similar history to baseball. It has a length of history, and it means as much in Canada. So, and us in the Northeast, of course, here, big hockey people going back as well. So it should have a little bit more. Do you think it would have a little bit more juice because you can get 1954 cards, which I don't know, you probably can't in the NBA. I don't think the NBA was around in 1954.
Probably no, 57 Topps basketball is the first year of Topps basketball.
Yep. So hockey should be sharing some similar love from a vintage community because it's got a similar history.
I've always felt, Lou, that the history and the duration of it, the way you just mentioned, is really important. So the fact that hockey's been around effectively almost as long as baseball, I think if you're investing in like a Vezina rookie, you got to feel pretty good. They named the trophy after him. It's still got, worldwide recognition as a major sport.
The Bruins are celebrating their 100th anniversary this year. So that's the big theme this year. They've been around for 100 years.
Pretty amazing. One of the original six. Nick, you are right. They might even have made a few cards prior to 1910, but definitely those are some of the big sets. But like I said, I personally like vintage hockey, but I don't know how we got from there. I wanted to mention that cool thing about Bobby. But anyway, the reason why I wanted to mention this is because we're starting off today's show. We just made a really cool purchase of a vintage football collection.
Ooh.
So I wish it was hockey, but I'll take football. And like I said, gang, it's just a lot more interesting to me in the sense of I buy a lot of, cards, and certainly a lot from the 1950s. Most of them are baseball. So this collection comes from a woman's late husband. These cards were in the safety deposit box, and been in the family for some time. They wanted to start with us and only presented the football, and they wanted to see how we did. So we reached a deal, and I believe they're going to be bringing in some of the baseball next week. But what I've done is I've sleeved up at least some of the highlights.
Oh, look at these!
I wanted to share with you today for the first time ever.
Look at that, George Blanda.
It's George Blanda rookie, and it's a pretty nice shape, Lou, for a raw 54 Bowman George Blanda rookie.
Really is. Corners are nice, little off center, right?
Yep, Otto Graham.
Mm-hmm.
Went to a lot of championship games for Cleveland. Afternoon, Tom and Daniel. What's up, Jeremy? Yeah, pretty amazing that the D-backs
Frank Gifford. Good
are in the
Lord.
World Series.
Yep. Oh, I know, right? Those are two
Really is.
great series. The two championship series are great.
Why Tittles? You can see these cards not only have fairly nice corners, but they got a really great look to them. They have really
Look
good
at
color.
that. That's nice. That's some forward-thinking graphics right there.
Yeah, Bobby St. Clair, rookie. George Blanda, 55 Bowman. Frank Gifford. I mean, this is a pretty sharp-looking Frank Gifford. It's very well centered.
Is that Gifford's rookie? Nick
No.
asked. No.
Nope. He's in the 52 Bowman set.
Okay.
Large and small. 56 Topps George Blanda.
Mm-hmm.
His first Topps card. I really do like 56 Topps. They're not worth a lot, but I like the colors, especially
Roosevelt.
when they're sharp.
Holy cow. Yeah.
So these are all fresh to the market. So we're going to close, of course, with the best. So they did have a group of 1957 Topps football. They have a YA Tittle. And they also have some of the key cards, key rookie cards from the set. George Blanda.
Mm-hmm.
So the first rookie card they have, Raymond Berry, is actually the worst condition and is the least valuable. So we feel pretty fortunate that the way that the centering condition gods were around that time. The next three are the major cards in the 57 Topps football set. So even though it's a little bit off-centered, I mean, that's got great color and really sharp corners for a Paul Hornung rookie.
Wow. Roosevelt Greer was in there. I wouldn't have expected him to be in 54. I don't look at that Bart Starr.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Bart Starr rookie.
Wow.
Good eye appeal, right?
Yep.
And lastly, really nice Johnny Unitas rookie.
That haircut.
Oh, yeah. I mean, literally, like he was meant to be Johnny U, right?
Yep.
Like that haircut is screaming Johnny U.
Yep.
So that is, I mean, there's more stars, but that is the cards that we've sleeved up, and I'm just going to kind of fan these out. You can see they're really nice. You know, these are fresh.
Yep. So it's amazing they stay that fresh, having been around so
You know,
long.
I don't know enough details yet, Lou. I'd like to know how they stayed this fresh since he was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but we will, of course, as you know, try to find the details. This blog story will be on our blog soon. And even though this one's not up, we did just put out a blog on the Wayne Gretzky rookie that we recently bought here at Vintage Breaks as a walk-in. So check out our blog at blog.justcollect.com. And speaking of collections, Lou, before we move forward, I wanted to cover something today. Oh, this is interesting. My buddy's kid pitched in college with the kids started Game 7 yesterday. That's cool. I'm sure he was nervous. How could he not be?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Right. You're not alive if you're not nervous.
Absolutely.
Brendan Fat, I guess, for the Diamondbacks. Fad, however it's pronounced.
I love what's going on in baseball. I mean, did I think Arizona and Texas would be in the World Series?
I love Bryce Harper, so I would have loved to seen him in the series. But those two playoff series were great. They were.
Lou, you got Bryce Harper. You got Corbin Carroll, who's like an outstanding rookie. Yep. He's in the World Series. I mean, it's not that easy to do in baseball to get a good rookie in the World Series who's also playing.
I know, right? And it was just so much fun to watch. It was two great series. It was just exciting as hell to watch. And I forget what it was mentioned. Tom said doesn't have a dog in the fight. I don't have a dog in the fight either. So it's even more fun to watch when you're just watching good baseball, right? Philly was great. That ballpark was electric last night.
It's wild. It really was. And can you believe that the Astros finally went down, Lou?
No, I thought they were gonna prevail here because the Astros, they're a terrific team. They're just a terrific team.
But Mac thought that too.
The Rangers are hot. They're so hot. They're just unbeatable right now. They've got it going on.
Well, I'm looking forward to crowning a champion that hasn't been a champion in either a long time. And correct me if I'm wrong, the Texas Rangers have never won a World Series.
I don't believe they have. Last World Series, 2011, I think it was.
Yep.
Well, that's Philly. That's what we are in the Northeast.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's not unexpected, Jeff.
Yeah.
So the collection search, as everyone knows here, is always on for me, being a professional baseball card treasure hunter. And late next week, my travels were taking me to the Northwest.
Oh, nice.
And in fact, I've never been to Washington, the state of, or the Seattle area.
Mm-hmm.
So, two things. Number one, if you're in the Seattle area and you want to hang for a drink, an app, a meal, let me know. Number two, if you're in that area and you might be available, let me know, because I'm looking at a very big collection and I've been thinking about all the different ways I'm going to manage it if we're able, in fact, to purchase it. Of course, we're hoping to do that, Lou.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be voluminous, and it's certainly not going to all fit with me on the plane. So I'm trying to figure out, like, where's the FedEx and how am I going to get boxes? And I'm literally traveling there with a big suitcase you would check on the plane. I'm going to check it. It's going to be completely empty.
This is wild. This is a great story. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think they're going to ask me, like, sir, I'm not sure if you realize this, but you've not only forgot your underwear, you forgot your toiletries, you forgot your pants, you forgot your shirts, you forgot everything. And here's the thing, bud, you're making us feel a little uncomfortable. And
I was going to say, what's security going to do with an empty suitcase?
I don't know. But I think it's going to be fun. And kudos to J5. I think we're going to work with our buddy Joe Ferguson and the team here, and David, our video guy. What's up, Joe? We're going to try to do some vlogging of the whole experience.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
So, because to be honest, if you want us to keep it real here on the show today, it's not guaranteed I'll get the deal.
Yep.
Now, to be fair, I guess I could bring, some reinforcements and, hammer them over the head if I don't get it. But like, that's not going to be good for business long term.
Right. Yep.
People will inevitably find out, if not the law. Law enforcement will hear.
I'm guessing everyone's like me. We love these stories. It just adds so much more to the cards and the collection. I like the stories. I just like the idea of you just packing with an empty suitcase and just heading out there, not knowing what you're doing, not knowing what you're buying, not knowing how
it was kind of fun going over with J5. So like to the hotel, looks great. And then we're going over the logistics the other day, and he kind of thought I was kidding. But I'm like, well, listen, if you think about it, right? So gang, and this is the truth, I'm going to pack a very small amount of clothes, only a few days. But if I buy the collection, I'd like to bring back as much as I can with me.
Yep.
So my idea is I'm going to take another piece of luggage, a smaller carry-on. I'm putting that into the bigger piece of luggage with my clothes.
There you go.
Coming home, I'm going to have the empty carry-on be completely empty. Mm-hmm. That's where I'll put the most valuable portions of the collection. So that can be physically with me on the plane above. And then rather than ship stuff, I'm going to, have a little bit of clothes. I'm going to put the rest of the collection in this big carry-on. I'm going to check the bag, and then I'm going to pray for the best.
This is so great. The universe.
This is what I'm going to do.
Could you see, like a year ago or 5 years ago, 10 years ago, could you have seen yourself doing this? It's just incredible.
No.
Where life leads you. It's funny.
No, I mean, I would say, people, I follow a lot of business content and self-awareness stuff and all this, really interesting thing, at least interesting to me. And I've been hearing the word a lot. I feel it's like a buzzword in this content I consume, and it's manifest.
Yes. Yep.
And I would say that I literally manifested buying these collections.
Yep.
Because 10 years ago, I was like, oh, well, what do I want to do? Well, everyone, quote unquote, wants to get rich, but we all know that doesn't just happen.
Yep.
Even if you do become rich, and to be honest, I didn't want to just do a job or work and do something I didn't enjoy. So 10 or 15 years ago, we started Just Collect 16 or 17 years ago. I did not start it with the same thing in mind that I do today. I had hoped to be able to find and buy collections that were fresh, but believe me, it's still not easy. But I've done a lot of work building up our website. Organically, we give out a lot of information, so we get all this good organic traffic every month. Word of mouth is really powerful, and to be fair, experiences. So when I first started out, I couldn't say I had bought and sold $50 million of vintage cards, but I can say that today.
Well, when you do the mindfulness, self-awareness, are you getting into the secret at all? Because you're basically, you're doing the secret like big time. And the secret is kind of metaphysical, but the main tenet of the secret is thoughts become things. And what it is this is where your mind is, and it just leads you one step at a time to all this stuff. And that's what manifesting is. Just your predominant thoughts lead you to take one step towards it, another step towards it, another step towards it. And that's where you end up. It's funny as hell. It's great, though. It works.
I know one of them hasn't come true yet. We're still hoping. She's about 5'11". She's from Sweden. She needs help to learn the English language. She loves tennis and baseball cards. You wouldn't believe.
Just keep that as a primary thought. You'll end
I
up
keep
there.
trying, man. Like I go to the gym, you know, you meet a girl, she says hi. I'm like, you're not Swedish. Sorry.
But you're going to end up in Sweden looking at a collection of,
Well, make
what
no
you do there.
mistake. So this is a shout out to my friend Nick. I met at Bleecker Trading. Great place to check out, by the way, if you're ever in New York City. So Nick, I guess he helped some collectors and friends of his start an actual card convention in Switzerland. They just had either their first or second one.
Really?
And I'm going, man. Like, I'm not going next month, but make no mistake, I'll try to make some business of it. I'll try to like put out an ad and,
Jeff's on top of it. That's where the Swedish fish thing comes from.
Exactly. So,
you
anyway,
gotta go. Yeah.
Oh, you got to go. Come on. Listen, I'm a single fella, have the means. I'm grateful that I do. They actually have business I might be able to even do there. It just sounds great.
If you let it, the universe will put things together for you. That's the way it is.
Lou, that's what I'm working on, man.
Yep.
So along those lines, I'm really excited about the NBA season. This is just a personal break I'm going to rip for myself. This is a couple packs of 19. I have like blaster boxes and just stuff in my own little stash.
Mm-hmm.
I know 19 basketball isn't what it once was, but I am hopeful that Zion stays healthy this year, and that Ja stays mentally healthy this year. I'm hoping that RJ makes a difference for the Knicks, finally of substance. And without further ado, Lou, I'm going to open a couple packs to close the show.
All right, excellent.
And this is what's kind of cool. If we hit anything big, we'll determine that together. Because I love the community and I really appreciate everyone's support, and the holidays are upcoming. Lou, if we pull anything big, the biggest hit I'm going to give away to the chat.
Wow. Okay. Excellent.
So you're cheering for me, that's for sure.
Yep. Everybody get your comments in so you're in here.
All right. Let's see what we got here, Lou. I mean, Luca's second year, it's cool. We got a silver. I think we got a silver. So that's cool. So Luca's second year. John Wall. Silver, Torrey Craig. I got to be honest with you, not who I was looking for.
Yeah.
But still fun to open the pack. Klay Thompson.
Yep.
We hit a 1-of-1 of which quarterback? One of the main quarterbacks. Who's the Carolina rookie again? Bryce Young.
Yeah.
We hit a Bryce Young out of Mosaic Football, like a 1-of-1, but not his main rookie, like the second one. Still pretty. I mean, you got to ask Gilmore. I still think it's pretty good.
Oh, Stroud. Yeah, CJ Stroud. That's Tom's right.
Okay. And Bryce Young is the other good quarterback.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got a silver in this too. So that's cool. All right, folks. I hope we get something good for you. Justice Winslow. We got a silver. Jared Culver. I mean, it's a rookie. Yep. I don't think he's much anything these days, but we will give it away to the chat. It's nice to get a silver of a decent guy. Taco Fall, Tyler Herro. All right, Lou. So one person's going to take away the Tyler Herro base rookie and the Jared Culver silver.
Okay.
Do we have the ability to do a random? And if not, we'll just do it in the YouTube.
No. Well, not officially random. We can just pick somebody out, but no, I can't randomize it.
All right. So, Lou, I'll tell you what. You pick the person who had the most interesting or funny comment of the show, and that person will get both of these.
All right. Well, I'm just going to close my eyes and go through this thing here.
That's fair.
Danny Casbier.
Well, Danny and Brian and James, I appreciate everyone tuning into the show today. This pair of rookies is going to go out to you, Danny. And Lou, as always, it's a lot of fun doing the show.
Yep.
Thanks to each and every one of you for participating and tuning in. And make sure you check out the gang on the Vintage Breaks live stream going till midnight tonight. Thanks, everybody.